Senator Kamala Harris introduced a resolution in Congress today to honor a celebrated group of African-American servicemen known as the Buffalo Soldiers. Here in the Bay Area, a local group is working to ensure a lesser-known chapter of their history doesn't slip away.
This would have been worn in a tropical area.
Park Ranger Rick Penn not only wears the uniform of a Buffalo Soldier, he's battling to bring their contributions back to life for visitors at San Francisco's Presidio.
I like to think that there are holes in the fabric of our national history, and certain stories will fall through those holes.
The African Americans of the 9th Cavalry were stationed at the Presidio in the early 1900s, in the years after the Spanish-American War. And while the Buffalo Soldiers were widely celebrated for their military adventures, appreciation for their contributions here in California have dimmed over the decades.
This is in Yosemite in 1899, one of the first excursions into the park by Buffalo Soldiers.
Penn says those lesser-known excursions to both Yosemite and Sequoia National Parks changed history and helped shape the landscape into national treasures. Acting as rangers, the Buffalo Soldiers patrolled the parks, protected early visitors, and began building.
And they built roads and they built fences and they really began the infrastructure of the national parks.
To mark those achievements, Penn has teamed with historian John William Templeton to gather support for the Buffalo Soldiers Trail in California. Proposals include a series of historical monuments and an interactive online guide to mark the 280-mile route soldiers would have taken from the Presidio to Yosemite.
And what we're doing is creating a heritage corridor.
Nearly 400 Buffalo Soldiers are buried in the Presidio Cemetery. Their names are carved in stone. But as the decades pass, Penn and Templeton believe it's essential to etch their achievements into the living story of California.
Without the Buffalo Soldiers, the West would not have developed as it did.
And the fact that African American soldiers played such an integral part in the beginning of the national parks, there are so many layers to American history, and that we need to know the full story.
Senator Harris's resolution on Buffalo Soldiers was co-sponsored by 20 other senators of both parties.